Okay, good morning once again. As I said, guys, so welcome back to our subject, and we're discussing Unit 3 of our subject of our course, which is data visualization with ggplot2. And what we have learned so far, guys, we said that there's a cheat sheet provided by our studio, and then you can refer to this. This is a handy PDF file that gives us summary functions on how to use ggplot2. Well, we know the basics, guys. We make use of a data of a coordinate system, which is the aesthetics, the mapping, and then the object, the geom, and that will give us the plot. Okay, the cheat sheet is very easy to use. It tells us, for example, about what you can put under the aesthetics, color and fill, the line type, the line end. It tells us how to use the stats. Okay, there's also the scales. Okay, what to do when you're just using one variable continuous. You can also have three variables, okay, two variables. You have continuous bivariate distribution, etc. So this is a very handy tutorial. Also the coordinate systems, the faceting, on how to make use of ggplot2. Of course, it's not complete, but it gives us a good overview of how to make use of the ggplot2 package. There's also this documentation available in CRAN with package ggplot2. This was updated June 25, 2021. You can download this, guys. Okay, let me share with you the link. You can easily find this, but let me just share this with you now. I'll put it under chat. Okay, so if you want to download this, guys, it's highly recommended that you do that. You can find here several functionalities. Okay, these are the different functions that you can use. Okay, in alphabetical order, you have the plus.gg, annotation, coordinates, etc. There are more or less, how many pages of tutorial here? Okay, 200, 300 pages, okay, 284. Okay, so such great stuff about really learning about ggplot2. And what's good about this tutorial is that there are examples that you can use. Okay? You can use this example when you're plotting a bar chart. Okay, first you create this object P, and then P plus B. Remember, guys, tatlong parts, diba? Meron tayo yung data, meron tayo yung mapping, and then meron tayo yung object, the geometric object. So here you can see that we first create this object P, and then just layer upon it yung geom bar. If you take a look at these examples, guys, you will really learn a lot from in how to use your ggplot2. Okay, so maraming functionalities to. You can do a lot of things, a lot of data visualization in ggplot2. Okay, so let's open the file that we were using. For our purposes, guys, one term is really not enough to cover all the topics that can be covered in ggplot2. And besides, it's a dynamic package. It keeps on improving. They keep on adding functionalities to it. Okay, so you notice that the update is of June 2021, just last year. Okay, so for today, we're going to continue our discussion on ggplot2, and then okay, we were using some packages, one of which is the dplyr package. This is good for data wrangling, for manipulating your data. So kindly run that. And the other packages, NYC Flights 13, this is the record of several data frames of all the flights coming in and out of New York City in 2013. So I hope that you have loaded this. Okay, let me just check if I think I loaded this already. Okay, and then from the New York City flights, we're going to use several data frames out of that. Now, just a quick review, we said that the grammar of graphics is a theoretical framework used in plotting data. There are three main components that there are three main layers: the data, the aesthetic or the mapping, and then the geom, the object. Okay, there are also other layers that we can use: the facet and the position. We'll have examples of this. I think we already had the basic examples of that. And there are several types of graphs that you can make use of in ggplot2. Just looking at this, guys, tells us different types of plots. Okay, several types of plots. We have geom ribbon, geom rectangle, polygon, a path, a curve, even a blank. Okay, and let's see. This is ggplot2 3.3.5. Okay, this is also the geom. So let me share this with you guys for your reference. You may wish to use this as a reference also. Of course, that doesn't prevent you guys from using other references. Okay, this is just a reference. For example, for using the geoms, can be a geom AB line, a horizontal line, vertical line, a bar, a column, okay, a bin. So several types of geoms that we can use. As I said, there's a ribbon, there's area, there's even a rag. Okay, so ggplot2 has may violin, di ba? Ito yung tinignan natin last time. Okay, so you can explore, guys, and nobody's really preventing you from really mastering or really having a good grasp of the functionalities of ggplot2. Quite a lot of things that you can do. So, and then the next quiz will be the next take-home quiz will be about plotting, coming up with a plot, coming up with a RMD file on plots about a data set of your choice. Again, guys, there should be no repetition of data, and I'm going to create an Excel file, a spreadsheet file, a Google file, guys, so that you can put there the data that you're going to use, so that your classmates can see what you're using, and there should be no repetition of data sets. Okay, so let me go back, guys. Okay, what we're going to discuss in this class are only scatter plots, line graphs, histograms, box plots, and bar plots. And once in a while, we're going to interject some other types of geom objects. Okay, so we started working on this flights data set. Okay, I have already loaded this. I can see it here in my global environment. I hope you have already loaded that too. Just use the data flights, but you have to install first or load NYC flights 13 because the flights data set come from this package. Okay, so we can use the names function, and it will tell us what are the variables that you can see in the flights. There are 19 variables, guys. So if we take a look at the structure, it's a table. It's a type of data frame. Okay, we learned about what a data frame is before. We said that it consists of it's a matrix. It's an array of rows and columns. Each column has to have its own unique name, okay, and each row is also has to be a unique observation. Okay, so ito yung laman niya, no? These are the contents of your data flights data set. Yes, and several data types, like integers. There are integers. There are numerical, okay, like character din, and merong time series POSIX city. We said last time that the POSIX city can give us both the date, the time, and the R. Okay, ito yung format niya, no? 2013, 1, 1, and then you have the R, the minutes, and the seconds. So POSIX city is quite a, let's say, in terms of time, kaya ma-accommodate, no? Yung date, yung year, yung month, yung day, pati yung time, minutes, and seconds. Kasi yung iba guys, yung ibang type ng time data cannot accommodate yung time. So, but POSIX city can accommodate that. Okay, so we did some summary statistics about the data flights. We'll not run that. Okay. Now, let's have, again, a quick review of this kasi kailangan natin yung data na to, Alaska flights. So, saan ang galing tong pipe operator na to, guys? This came from the package magrit-r, okay, which was also adapted in dplyr. And then, sabi natin, we will have more discussions about this next module when we discuss in greater detail the dplyr package. Okay, ibig sabihin itong magrit-r na to, it means guys, yung and then, di ba? And then. So we're creating an object here called Alaska flights. And then we're using the flights data frame, and then we're going to filter. What are we going to filter? We're going to filter the column carrier, and we will only include AS, which is the ticker symbol for Alaska flights. But we ran this last time. Let me just run it so that andito siya, no? So notice, guys, from the 336,000 observations of flights, it has been reduced to 714. Okay, and this Alaska flights just contain one single variable, which is yung carrier. So let me run this. Review natin itong Alaska flights. Sorry, no? I stand corrected, guys. It contains all, lahat ng mga variables kasi galing siya sa flights. Pero ang finilter lang yung carrier. So ito lahat AS na to, Alaska Airlines na to, 714. Okay? Ilang variables to? Ilan ba yung variables natin? 19 variables all in all. Sabihin may isa pang hindi na, yung time R, hindi na napakita. Okay, so Alaska flights, guys, 714 observations. All right. Ang shortcut, guys, remember, ang shortcut dito sa pipe operator na to is Control-Shift-M, which is same format yata, no? Control-Shift-M. All right, so let's quickly go back, guys, to a quick review ulit. Scatter plot, kailan ginagamit sa scatter plot? Scatter plot is used for bivariate, no? Bivariate plot. Pag sinabing bivariate, two plots, two variables, and they should be numerical. Numerical dapat siya. Okay, so how do we use ggplot2 as a package? Okay, we use ggplot2 by identifying the data, okay, and then the aesthetics, no? So dito yung data natin is equal to Alaska flights. Okay, we learned last time that we can dispense with this. Kahit hindi natin isulat yung data is equal to Alaska flights na straight, pwede na. Dito din, pwede na natin hindi isulat yung mapping. ggplot2 will understand that. Yung long cut lang to, pinakita ko lang. So aesthetics will plot the coordinate, no? Ang X daw, departure delay, and the Y, arrival delay. Okay, when we plot this, guys, when we plot it, okay, ibig sabihin, hindi ko pa na-load si, ano? Library, ggplot. I haven't loaded ggplot2. That's why, guys, when I run this, sabi dito, error, could not find the function ggplot2 because even if I have already installed ggplot2, I haven't loaded it. No? So ngayon, reload ko na siya, library, pwede ko na i-run to. Okay, so we said, guys, na it will only plot the x-axis, departure delay, and the y-axis, arrival delay. It will not plot, it will not have a geometric object y. Kasi ito, guys, ano pa lang to? This is just your data and your map. Wala pang object. So how do you generate the object? Magpa-plus tayo. No? Magpa-plus tayo ng geom point. Okay, in this case, we're using geom point for a scatter plot. So sabi natin, when we have bivariate data, and these are continuous variables, so it's best to plot them using the scatter plot. And pag scatter plot, guys, geom point yan. Okay. Now, let's copy this, Control C. Another way to do this, guys, is to first, okay, let's call it P1. Create this object, which P1, which consists of your data and your mapping. Okay, so if we create this, what happens? P1, it's a list. If we open this list, okay, andito siya. Ano siya? Andito yung data. Okay, andito yung scales, andito yung mapping. Okay, so several elements that can be found in P1. But once again, guys, hindi pa siya magpa-plot kasi wala pa yung geom point. So when we now use P1 plus the geom point. Okay. So ino-overlay na natin, guys, nag-a-add na tayo ng isang layer. Okay, si P1, which is already an existing object, diba? Plus your geom point. So let's plot this. Okay, ito na siya. Okay, let me pause for a while, guys, and ask you if so far naiintindihan yung review. Can you chat yes, please, if you were able to get this. Review na lang to, guys, no? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. The rest, let's just wait for the rest to. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. That's good. Thank you, guys, for your participation. Okay, so let's continue, guys. Now, take note, when it plotted the departure delay in the x-axis and arrival delay in the y-axis, it gave us some notification that it removed 5 rows containing missing values. Kasi technically, guys, kung may missing values, hindi ipa-plot yan. But ggplot automatically just removes those missing values and then plots it anyway. Okay? So just know that there are 5 missing values there. Okay. So this one we did last time. We just added this layer in geom point, which is just the same as this one. Okay, and if you are going to make several plots using the same data and using the same mapping, it's advisable to use this P1 plus the geom point, just like the example that I showed here, dun sa R. Let's see. Okay, you notice here, guys, so may mga examples dito, no? All right. It first makes use of using P to identify your data and your aesthetics. No, ito, isang variable lang, no? And note, guys, kinonvert na niya yung cylinder as a factor. And then P plus geom bar. P plus geom bar with fill. Okay, so here you're using the geom bar, and then here you're doing some formatting on the geom bar itself. Okay, so you can, guys, you can just copy this. No? So let me just, sige, i-ano ko lang, guide ko lang kayo. So if I copy this, for example, ito, kasi yung empty cars, guys, it's a package, it's a data set that's already loaded. I-ano ko lang siya sa console. I just copy that in console, Control V. Okay, so here I'm creating an object called P, and this object contains your data, empty cars, and then the mapping. So isang map lang ginagamit niya, no? Yung cylinder lang. Okay. But before we use this, guys, sige, gawin muna natin to. No? Tingnan muna natin data ng empty cars. View. I'm not sure if we did, oops, sorry. View. Just to be, okay, so ito yung empty cars, guys. No? May I know, guys, if we did this last time, if we used this last time as an example, did we? Yes. Yes ba, guys? Anyone? Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. So, nagamit natin ito, di ba? Ito miles per gallon cylinder. Okay, then, easily, guys, it's very easy to use copy this, Control C. Okay. Hindi ko pa pala dinaran yung ano. No? I haven't run the first. Did I run this already? Control C. Wala pang P.
Avery Bradley walked over and gave him a hug.
Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so you can see, guys, that nag-plot siya ng bar. No? Ang plinat niya is the cylinder. Itong cylinder. No? And dito numeric si cylinder, pero ginawa niyang factor kasi si cylinder, actually classifier yan. Yung 6 cylinders, 4 cylinders, or 8 cylinders yung car. And you can check, guys, the others. Ito pwedeng ano ibig sabihin ng feel, no? Ano ibig sabihin ng color? Anong difference ng ano ng feel at saka ng color? Yung feel, guys, okay, yung loob, no? Yung loob ng object. On the other hand, yung color naman is the outline. Control C. Yan, tingnan nyo, no? Okay, yung color, yung outline lang. Okay. Yung feel, yung loob. Okay, so lots of things that you can learn from this one, guys. So ito, combine yung feel na white at saka color na red. Okay. Alam na lang natin itong iba dito, guys. As just to reinforce our example. Control D. Okay, here, P plus, again, G yung bar. So this is a bar plot. The field is white and the color is red. Yan. Then some other examples, just last two. Okay, yung field, guys, pwede natin gamitin yung, you just have to research kung ano yung nomenclature ng, ng mga colors. No? So this, itong ano na to, itong label to, itong hashtag 00ABFF, this symbolizes this color. Okay, you can easily check yung 6 na hexagonal system to ng coloring. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Yung hashtag, it's just the yung kung anong ginagamit na coloring system. 00ABFF represents this color, parang light blue or something. And then in the internet, pwede hanapin yung hexagonal coloring system. Imagine thousands of colors and guys. Okay, walang field, tapos may color. Last one. Field NA, tapos color yung, diba, yung, yan. No? So walang field, pero yung outline lang meron. Okay, so, clear, guys, so far?
Yes po, sir. Clear
Okay,
po.
good. Because this is one of the ways, guys, that I learn. I use the tutorials. Okay. Ako rin, guys, from on my own din ako nag-aral ng R. Imagine, year 2001 pa yata when I started learning R. And as I mentioned to you guys, it never stops, no? I never stop learning. Tuloy-tuloy kasi yung functionality sa R, it keeps on evolving. So I could not say that I have really mastered R. No, far from it, guys. I continue learning R. Tuloy-tuloy lang, guys. And as I said, guys, ito yung latest, June 25. By I won't be surprised if this year ma-update na naman nila ito ng panibagong functionality sa linalagay nila. Okay. All right. So good. Thank you guys. So makikita ko yan guys sa take-home exam nyo, no? Individual to sa ggplot. I will give extra credit guys for those who use plots that we did not learn in class, no? So I'll give extra credit for those of you who use, for example, gumamit kayo ng something that you learned from sa tutorials na to, no? Okay, kasi ang kulang talaga yung oras natin guys para matutunan lahat nito. Definitely guys, we can only scratch the surface. Okay, there's a lot to cover, there's a lot to learn. All right, so let's continue guys. So last time, okay, we can get the average ng ilang minutes ba yung delay. So bakit nag-NA to, guys? Bakit siya nag-NA? Any reason for that, guys? Bakit when we were getting the mean of the object Alaska flights, in particular the departure delay, anyone guys, why it returned an error term? Guys? Kasi no delays in departure. May delay, no? May delay. Okay, may mga missing values, yes, correct. So pag may mga missing values, hindi niya kino-compute. So how do we compute for the mean, guys? Ano gagawin natin dyan? Kung gusto natin ma-compute yung mean. Subukan din natin guys yung yung mean ng, how about yung arrival? Control C, Control V, and then gamitin natin si let's check arrival delay. Yun ang prinat natin, di ba? Yan, arrival delay. How about yung mean ng arrival delay? Okay, but NA, again guys, may missing values. No? So paano natin mako-compute yan kung may missing values? Anyone? Anyone guys? How do we now compute for the average? Kung gusto natin ma-compute yung ilang minutes ba yung average na departure, na delay ng departure? Any suggestions, guys? Anyone? Okay, so one way you can do it, guys, is pwede yung, di ba alam natin ito, no? Okay, may nag-answer. Let me acknowledge answer. Oo, Angel, thank you. Sabi ni Angel, may code to drop. Yeah. Ano yung code na yun? Okay, yeah, may code to remove the missing values. Let's check kung makikita natin dito sa tutorial niya sa min. Pero may ilalagay tayo guys dito, no? Ito guys, tingnan nyo. Yan, no? See this guys? So kindly insert that guys, na.rm. Okay? So I'm teaching you guys how to, pag minsan you face a blank wall, gamitin yung help function niya. Gamitin yung help function kasi makakatulong yun. No? Ito. na.rm is equal to true. Ilagay nyo guys. No? So here, we're telling R to remove lahat ng mga missing values, yung mga NA, tanggalin niya, okay, para ma-compute yung mean. Enter. There. So it's 5.8 minutes. Kasi minutes yung delay. Let's copy this. Control C. Control V. Okay. That one. All right. So, yeah, 5.8. So, 5.8 minutes yung average na delay yung departure. And then, negative 9.93. Ibig sabihin ng negative 9.93, guys, on the average, what do you think, guys? Ano ibig sabihin negative 9.93? Any suggestion, guys? Bakit yan negative? What does negative there mean? You see your suggestions? Okay, no delays. Yeah, okay. Yeah, earlier. Yeah, correct. Thank you, guys. Tama yung mga sagot nyo. No? Little to no delays. You're correct. No? So, arrival. Ibig sabihin, the flights arrived ahead of schedule. So, if you take a look at the plot, tingnan natin to. ggplot natin. Okay. You can see, guys, yung arrival delay. Tingnan nyo. No? Marami dito sa below zero. Dito ang may mga concentration sa dito. So, which tells us that on the average, flights were arriving ahead of time. No? Negative ng arrival delay. In departure naman, okay, although may concentration din siya dito, ang sabi 5 minutes so it should be somewhere here, no? 5 minutes. Okay, so siguro meron dito mga ito kasi may mga andin, may mga delay din dito ng malalaki, no? Ito. This is a very big delay, 200 plus. Pero kasi pag averaging, guys, ito maraming mga maraming mga ahead umalis, ahead dumating. So still, guys, may pa rin yung arrival delay is 5.8 minutes on the average, while departure delay pala 5.8 minutes delay. Ang arrival naman 9.93 minutes ahead of arrival. Okay. So we already plotted this last time. Tapos ano yung ginagawa ng smooth, guys? Okay. So iba naman to, no? Iba to. It gives us a line. Tapos may mga confidence interval yung line na to. Unlike yung scatter plot. Okay, so a smooth function, a smooth geom object gives us, it's like yung average ng line na to. Okay. Parang regression line siya, no? And then dinalagay yung smooth. It's not a straight line, but rather it follows the movement of the data points, and then naglalagay siya ng it adds also the confidence interval. Okay. All right. So last time also we did some. Sorry for this review, guys, but I just want us to. Okay lang naman ni-review kasi ang ggplot2 number 1, matagal tayong hindi nagkita, and you might most probably you were not able to open this file. So, and it also pays to review, guys, yung mga natutunan na natin. Okay, ang problem natin, guys, sa plot natin dito yung overplotting, di ba? Okay, there's a concentration of the data here. Now we can use what we call alpha. Okay, ano yung alpha? Balik ulit ako dito, guys, no? Okay, dito kasi may alpha dito. Alphabetical naman to kaya maganda dito. No? Let's see. Wala alpha. Ito. A-set color fill alpha. Okay, so gawin natin ito. Let's describe alpha. Okay, ito guys, no? Alpha. Alpha refers to the opacity of a geom. Values of alpha range from 0 to 1 with lower values corresponding to more transparent colors. So pag 1 guys, black na yun, no? Pag close to 0, medyo mas transparent siya. Okay? Ito guys yung RGB specification, yung hashtag, and then RRGGPBAA. Okay, so may nomenclature guys yung colors. So, but I also suggest that you look into that. No? Kasi guys, at our disposal, napakaraming colors na to. This is what we did a while ago, di ba? Itong GM bar na to. Okay, so going back here guys, yung alpha sabi natin, it's for the opacity and it's used for overplotting. Okay, two ways by which we can reduce the overplotting is to adjust the transparency using alpha and then also nudge it a bit using the jitter. Okay, we did this last time. No? Let's just plot this quickly. So ito I'm using a 0.1 alpha is equal to 0.1. If we use a higher alpha, kunyari is equal to 1 yan, the original na rin yan. No? Yung black na rin talaga yan. And then we also use the jitter last time. Yung jitter, ina-nudge niya yung data a bit. Okay, so ninudge yun ng konti. So medyo nagkaroon ng scattering, ng spreading out. Kaya makikita din natin dito ang concentration, marami din dito, di ba? No wonder guys, positive yung arrival departure delay. Kasi if we take a look at the concentration, mas marami concentration talaga dito compared to this one, no? Dito. Here guys, arrival delay is still negative, below 0 siya. No? Pero yung departure delay is already positive. That's why 5 point something yung average departure delay, while arrival delay is negative 9.9. No? Okay, that could explain guys when we jittered, when we nudged the data a bit. Of course, you can combine this. Combine natin si alpha at saka si jitter. Yan. Okay, pero parang dito, no? Okay. Here's the concentration. All right. Any questions, guys, about overplotting, about how to remedy overplotting using alpha and jitter? It's clear, guys. Paki-yes naman, please. Okay, I suggest, guys, you also look at YouTube videos on ggplot2. Marami naman yan. Kaya usually hindi na ako nagbibigay kasi it's too many, guys. Dami yung pwedeng gamitin as references, as tutorials. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Okay, clear naman. Okay, good. All right, just a word of caution, guys. Yung jittering, it does not change the ordering of your data. No? Original pa rin yung data natin, yung data natin na Alaska flights, okay? It did not change. So visualization lang yan. No? The original values in the data frame remain unchanged. Okay, so the next one we're going to look into is yung line graphs. I think we ended last time with yung geom point natin, yung scatter plot. Now, saan ginagamit yung line graphs? Line graphs are used to establish relationships between two numerical variables when the variable on the x-axis is of a may time component or may sequence siya. Okay, for example, we're plotting GDP of countries on a yearly basis. Yung may time element yun. We're plotting sales of the company. on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, yun, may time component yun. We're plotting trading the stock exchange on a minute-by-minute basis. May time component yun. So pag may sequencing na involved, pag may sequencing na na facet yung component yung data natin, it's best to use line graphs, no? Rather than scatter plot. Kasi pag scatter plot, nawawala yung essence ng ng relationship ng time at saka ng data natin. So line graphs are used when we have time series plots. Okay, so we're going to use the weather data coming from yung New York City NYC flights 13 pa rin to. So let's take a look at what this data set is all about. It's weather coming from NYC flights 13, package NYC flights 13. And then what are its components? Okay, it's a data frame with columns origin, year, month, day, hour, temperature, dew point, okay, etc. Time, hour, POSIX city, yung POSIX city na naman. So this is where it came from. Okay, you can, if you wish to learn more about this, you can go here. Okay, but let's if you have not done that, guys, let's load the data here, data weather. Tapos view natin. Okay. View natin, no? So guys, makikita tayo ng mga missing values dito. No? Okay. So there are 26,115 entries. So this is a hourly recording, no? R1, R2, R3, R4. Yeah. Every R2. 2013, January 1, first R, that's 12 o'clock midnight. No? And then second R, third R, until 23, and then 11 o'clock, and then 12 o'clock na naman. Okay, you can see that this is hourly data. All right, for the whole 2013. Let's see, yeah, December 30. Okay, so let's see this. If you recall, guys, yung glimpse natin, yung glimpse package, this gives us some descriptive statistics. Yan, so yung character, double, okay, wind gustiness, etc. All right, also we can, of course, use the summary function. Okay, so I'll not discuss that anymore. And you can use the other descriptive statistics functions that we used before. Okay, so first, guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to filter the weather data frame where the origin is Newark and the month is January. Tingnan lang natin, guys, yung origin. Ha? Kasi sa origin, di ba? Hindi nakalagay dito. Origin. Hindi siya nakasummary. Okay. Structure. Okay. Hindi rin nakasummary. Pero if we use this, let me just copy a function here. Okay. Ito ko na i-run this. So, just want to show you guys ano yung naman ang origin weather. yata to. Sorry. Okay, not this. Okay, not this, but Smart EDA. Let me just replace this with that one. Okay, does not give us the. Okay, let me do that. Control Z. Okay, I'm looking for the descriptive stat. Hindi ko kasi memorize guys. Yung. Okay, let me see kung glimpse. Weather. Just changing the. During glimpse kasi. Ano nga ba yung ano ba yung function na ibibigay sa atin yung yung pag skim naman, hindi rin yata. Yung breakdown ng niya ng the character isa hindi rin ng skim. Right, I can't find it now guys, but I'm looking for a descriptive statistic that will give to us the ito na lang kaya para mas madali. Names, okay? Weather, and then origin. Yan, ito na lang. Mas mabilis. Wala. Okay. Binigay lang lahat, no? Sorry guys, Hindi ko ma-recall yung descriptive stat that will give the different levels of your factors. Yung Newark, yung LaGuardia, at saka yung Do you recall guys? We discussed this last time. Hindi ko siya makita. This scheme. Supposed to give us the different levels, yung levels ng Okay, sige. Iwan ko na muna yun guys mamaya marirecall ko yan. Do you recall guys? Can any one of you remember? Okay, hindi ko ma-recall yung simple lang yun na code na it will give us the different levels of a particular variable. Okay, sorry guys, medyo nakalimutan ko. Okay, I hope to recall that as we go on. Okay, well, I was just telling you guys yung origin, tatlong yung origin nila dito no? So, kung titignan lang natin dito, whether, LGA, LaGuardia, tapos, JFK, at saka EWR. So, there are 3 airports sa New York City. No? Yung EWR, which is Newark, JFK, yung John F. Kennedy, at saka yung LGA, yung LaGuardia Airport. Okay, so, all right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to create an object called early January weather. Anong gusto natin malaman guys? We want to filter lahat ng EWR from January 1 to 15. Okay, so dalawang conditions ito, di ba? EWR at saka January 1 to 15. Okay, so how are we going to do that? This is actually guys part of data wrangling, yung dplyr na, no? But ini-interconnect lang natin siya, kinoconnect natin siya with ggplot2. Kasi ang gusto natin i-plot dito itong object na to, na early January weather, that consists of yung EWR, Newark origin, and then yung month, January 1, and day is less than or equal to 15. Okay, so take a look at this function, guys, this code. So we start with weather, and then if you filter natin, si origin dapat EWR lang. Notice yung end, no? End dito means dapat both conditions have to be met, no? And month is equal to 1, and day is equal to 1. Bakit? Pag tinignan natin, guys, yung ano natin, may month 1, may day din, no? May day. So ang gusto lang natin yung January 1 up to 15. So dapat January lang, and then dapat yung day less than or equal to 15. Ibig sabihin, hindi lalampas ng 15. So when we run this, guys, what happens? Okay, meron tayong early January weather dito. No? Okay, so let's view this. Yeah, let's see. EWR ba lahat? There are 358 entries. Let's check kung EWR lahat yan. EWR. Lahat ba January? Yes, lahat ng January. And then, may lumampas ba ng 15? 15. Okay. Day 1 hanggang 15. Okay? So, we were able to filter our weather data. Weather consists of 26,115 observations. Ngayon, na-chop natin siya into 358 observations lang na ang laman niya, yung origin niya, Newark lang, January at saka 1 up to 15. Okay, let me pause for a while, guys. Okay, we're able, i-run ko lang to, no? Pwede ba dito, guys? Okay. Notice, guys, yung equal to dito, double, no? Double. Let's see, guys, kung magkaka-problem ba kung isang equal ang ginamit natin. Will there be a problem kung isang equal ang ginamit natin? Let's run this. Okay, nagkaka-problem. So, R is not accepting that. So, dapat double equal to. Nasa loob ng filter. Okay, and then this one, pareho ba yung lalabas? Day is equal to 1 up to 15. Okay, early January weather 1. Okay, now take a look at this, guys. Ito, early January weather 1. Weather, and then filter, EWR, month is equal to 1, and then day is equal to 1 to 15. Okay, anong kaibahan nito? Let's highlight this. 24 observations na lang. So what's different between day tapos R? Okay, what do you notice here, guys? May 17 dito. May 23. Bakit ganun? So, anong different dito, guys, sa code natin dito? Guys. Okay. Thank you, Angel. Now, ang isang difference sila, hindi tayo gumamit ng ampersand, no? Kama lang. So, tapos iba yung lumabas siya, di ba? Pero day is equal to 1 to 15. Pero may day, day is equal to 1. A month is equal to 1. And then day is 1 up to 15. So how did R read that, guys? Month 1. Month 1 naman lahat. Tapos yung day, 1 to 15. Ano kaiba nito at saka nito, guys? Bakit iba yung resulta? Ito 300, ilang observations yun? 358 observations. Dito 24 na lang. So what was different between this one and this one? Anyone? Kasi magkaiba to eh. It's early January weather natin. Lahat siya Newark, lahat din siya month 1. Month 1 lahat yan. Tapos yung day niya, lahat ng 1, tapos hanggang 15. So what's different between that and this one? Any reason why, guys? Okay, sige. Pause ko muna yan, ha? Okay. So, alamin nyo guys kung ano yung difference. No? What's the difference between that first code, ito, yung may ampersand dito. And anong ginagawa ng ampersand? At saka yung comma, guys. What does this do kung comma lang siya? Okay, so there's a difference. Kita natin sa result, guys. Yung the second code chunk only generated 24. The first code chunk generated 358. Okay, so I want you to explore that, guys. Now, very important yung end dito, no? Okay, in relation to, as compared to a comma. Okay, magkaiba yan, magkaibang ano yan. So let's be very particular about this. Yung end, guys, ang ibig sabihin yan, kailangan ma-meet yung condition na to, no? And this one, okay, Vicky, paki-explain nga. may answer dito si Vicky. Would you like to explain, Vicky, your answer?
Sir, ginamit ko lang po yung help feature.
Okay.
Tapos,
So, Vicky, kindly share your answer to sa chat box. Ipaki-copy mo yung ano. Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so ito yung sinasuggest ni Vicky, no? Using and, pag naka-filter siya, expresses multiple criteria. Okay, so, could you explain, could you elaborate on that?
Based po sa understanding ko,
Okay, good.
basta po na-satisfy yung criteria na nilagay. Like, for example po dun sa code natin, wait lang. Origin po is EWR. So lahat po ng rows or yung
Yeah.
mga data na may EWR, masasama po siya dun sa new object. Tapos lahat din po ng data na data from January, masasama din po din yung days from January 1 to 15 automatically po masasama. Since sa nauna pong code, meron na pong month na January. Specifically for days 1 to 15 of January lang po yung masasama.
But yung pangalawa, anong difference niya?
I'm not sure po dito sa
Sige.
comma, sir.
So, you're correct, no? Yung end guys, strict na requirement, no? So dapat EWR, tapos dapat month 1, tapos 1 to 15. Okay, yung day. Okay, I'd like you to find out ano ibig sabihin itong comma. Kasi magkaiba siya talaga. No? And we notice guys yung comma, parang mas restrictive siya. Bakit mas restrictive? Kasi 24 lang yung sinama niya. Oh. Diba? Samantalang si end guys, 358. So what was different between this? No? Okay, so I'd like you to explore that, guys, and tell me, guys, the reason why next meeting, no? Para ituloy lang natin to. But there's a reason, guys, kung bakit magkaiba yung comma at saka end. And the clue there, guys, is sabi nga natin, mas restrictive yung comma. Kaya lumabas ng 24. Compare natin, guys, yung una natin, lahat ng Newark, lahat ng may month 1, lahat ng may day 1 hanggang 15. Pero dito, guys, excuse me, sa second natin, sa second na code. Pero kung mas lax siya, thank you Angel for your answer. Kung mas lax siya, di ba pag mas lax, dapat mas marami yung masasama. Kasi mas restrictive yung end. Diba? But that's a good answer, no? Or nga ba talaga yung comma? Kasi di ba pag or pwedeng isa basta as long as one of the condition is met, pwede yun. Diba? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng or. So ibig sabihin, guys, pag or, pwedeng kahit na asan na si Alaska flights natin. Di ba ginamit natin? Weather pala. Asan na si weather? And let's illustrate, guys, yung difference ng and at saka or. Okay. Pag or ang ginagamit natin, kunyari, Newark or month 1 or 1 to 15. I don't know kung na-discuss ko na sa inyo to, guys, yung pag gumamit tayo ng or. I think I did, no? Pag gumamit tayo ng or, so sabi natin Newark or month 1. So it doesn't matter, guys, kahit na LaGuardia yan, basta month 1 yan, papasok yan. As long as one of the conditions are met. So in other words, guys, kapag or, mas marami dapat yung natin, yung papasok na data kasi mas lax yung yung constraint natin diyan. Okay, sabi natin, origin is equal to EWR or month 1 or day is equal to 1 to 15. So kahit na hindi siya Newark, kahit na LaGuardia siya or JFK, for as long as month 1 yan, papasok pa rin yan. Okay? So bali ganun, guys, no? Kapag or yung ginagamit, mas mas lax siya kaysa dun sa end. So ang tanong, is this really or? No? Okay, explore niyan, guys, and tell me the answer for that. So binigyan ko na kayo ng clue, guys, kung ano yung comma na yan. Alright, so let's do this first. So we're creating this ggplot. Ang ginagamit natin yung early January weather, yung 300 plus na observations. Tapos ang x natin yung time, Tapos yung Y natin, yung temperature. So ipa-plot natin yung temperature. Tignan natin yung time R. Asan ba yung time R dito? Time R is here at the end, no? So si time R, okay, yung date na yan, at saka kung ano yung time. And you can see that this is hourly. So this is January 1, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, hanggang December 31, 30 yata to, January 15 pala, no? Finilter natin. January 15 ng 11 o'clock ng gabi. Kasi yung 24, January 16 na yun. Okay? And then we're going to use the geom line. Okay, if we plot this, guys, okay, ito. So notice we're using here the geom line. Okay, bakit geom line? Kasi may time plot to eh. No? Time plot siya. It doesn't make sense to make use of, I'll put your geom point. Geom point. Kasi pag mag-geom point tayo dito, run natin. Okay. Although nag-ano siya, no? Although makikita mo naman yung pattern, no? Pag geom point ang gamitin natin. Okay? So, pag nag-geom point tayo, guys, and yung ano niya, yung timeline niya, medyo may order talaga. Makikita pa rin natin yung pattern, but it's not really a good way to plot. Lalo na guys, kung geom smooth siya, I'm showing other types of plot. Kung geom smooth siya, makikita lang natin yung trend. Okay? We can only see the trend. But it does not really show us the movements, no? Okay. Okay. Kaya guys, for time series, okay, dito mas explicit na makikita natin, no, yung relationship between points of our data. Okay? Any questions about, guys, yung line graph natin? So sa quiz nyo, guys, sa take-home quiz nyo, kasi you're required to use different types of plot. Hanap din kayo ng data, guys, na may time component na time series, so that you can make use of this geom line. You can make use of one data or several data sets. Okay, in-explain natin, guys, yung line graphs frequently used when time is the explanatory variable on the x-axis. Kasi makikita natin talaga yung order ng data natin, yung relationship between the different points. You can see the movement of the data kaysa kung scatter plot lang yan. Nagkataon lang, guys, ito na maganda yung natin, maganda yung galaw ng series natin, ng plot natin. But there are some times when the time series can really sabihin natin na medyo magulo yung magulo yung plot niya. Lalo pag ginamit natin geom point dun, guys, lalo hindi natin makikita yung relationship between the data points. That's why it's always important for us to use a line plot, okay, yung geom line na to, when we're dealing with time series. Okay. Here is another, another plot. Ano to? Early January weather. Humidity naman to, no? What's humidity? Let's take a look at yung Y natin, yung humidity. Kanina, ang plot natin, what we plotted was temperature, no? Temperature. Now, how about humidity? Tingnan mo natin yung humidity natin. First, humidity. Ito, no? So this is humidity. This is a measure. Humidity is a measure of water vapor present in the air. Okay, let's see. Okay, also a time plot. No? We can see here na yung humidity niya naglalaro lang from mga 10 up to 100. Okay, so this is the humidity plot. Okay, as I said a while ago, guys, line graphs display the relationship between two numerical variables. However, it's preferred to use line graphs over scatter plot when the variable that's on the x-axis has an inherent ordering, such as the notion of time. Okay, mas maganda guys kung ang ginagamit natin line plot, especially kung yung x-axis natin, yung explanatory variable natin. That goes to show guys na when you're plotting a line plot, mas maganda kung yung nasa x-axis natin yung yung time. Okay, pause muna ako guys. Clear so far? Any questions? Clear so far ba tayo? Okay, good. Thank you. So, guys, magtitingnan kayo yung use of the comma. No? Bakit di iba yung end dun? So, had we used or guys, sige, just to satisfy our ito, what if we use or? Pwede ba itong ganito or guys? Ano yung symbol pag or guys? Is it the word or? Do you recall guys, ano yung symbol ng or? Anyone? Yung or guys is ang ginagamit natin for or. Diba yan guys? Diba? Okay, so that's a symbol for or. Pag rinnan natin to, napalitan January weather. No? Ayan guys, yun na yun. Early January weather, kanina ano lang yan, 300 plus, ngayon 18,000 na. Okay, if I click this guys, yun yung origin, hindi lang new work na yan. Meron na siyang LaGuardia. Meron na siyang LaGuardia. So, medyo binago na niya yung ano, no? For as long as either may month 1 siya, okay? Or, pwede rin bang hindi month 1? Yes. Ayan, no, may month 12 no? Basta yung day niya, 1 to 15. Yan. So, we have a relaxed condition guys kapag or. No? Just para just for discussion, para maalala ko lang ng diniscuss natin ito. Papawitan ko ito ng okay, guys, clear so far? Am I going too fast? Okay, thank you. Okay, kasi minsan baka mabilis yung discussion ko. Please remind me. No? I would really appreciate para kung sasabihin mo sa akin masyado mabilis yung discussion ko. Okay, third guys. So we have gone through scatter plot. Kailan natin ginagamit yung scatter plot? You have two variables, bivariate to, no? Two variables that are numeric quantitative siya. Okay. Number 2, line plot. Dalawang numeric din, pero yung isa may time series component. So parang bivariate siya. Okay, how about histograms? Histograms, guys, ginagamit lang yan for single numerical variable. Numerical siya, yes, pero single lang. Okay? So ang tinitingnan natin pag histogram yung distribution ng ano natin ng data natin. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We're going to make use of the temp variable in the weather data frame. Okay. Then let's answer what are the smallest and largest values of the temp variable? What is the center or the mean or the mode? How do the values spread out? What are the frequent and infrequent values? So we can make use of the summary function. Okay, run natin itong summary function ng temp ng weather. Yeah. So you have minimum 10.94, maximum 100. Ang median niya 55.40. Ang mean 55.26. The median is to the right of the mean. Ibig sabihin may mas maraming data na nasa left, no? Kasi yung mean nasa left ni median. Okay? So we can now, after knowing guys yung yung character ng ano natin ng temperature na variable, we can now plot this. So ggplot2 once again, data is equal to weather. Mapping natin, take note yung map natin isa lang, no? Yung x-axis lang kasi univariate na to. And then we're going to use the histogram. Okay, so let's run this. Then may message na naman tayo, no? Okay, so may tinanggal siya ng isang row. And then nag-default siya na ang beans is 30. Okay, if you count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30 lahat yan. Yan ang default ni R. No? Kaya siya ng histogram na 30 yung beans. Okay, sabi niya, if you want to change this, you can also define the beans. You can change this, or you can use the bean width. So you can do a lot of modifications with your histogram. Okay, ito in-explain natin, ano? What did this two message mean? Okay. Now let's use the same plot, guys, but this time lalagyan natin yung outline, yung color white. 'Di ba sabi natin pag color, ang binabago lang yung outline, not the default color yung gray. Run natin 'to. Okay. So you notice, guys, yung nag-outline siya ng white, di ba? Okay, so this is a lot better than the one that we had before. Dito kasi hindi natin nakikita yung mga bars, no? Okay, dito, guys, just by using a color to include for the geom itself, then we can do some more modification. Same thing. Okay, notice, guys, ito, kasi para lagi natin ginagamit ito, ano? Ito, yung line na ito. We can have used an object here, P1, P2, plus na lang tayo, P2 plus, geohistogram, etc. Okay, that's one also convenient way to do it. Para hindi natin inuulit yung ggplot2 na to. Pag pare-pareho lang naman yung pinaplot natin. Okay, here, a white, yung outline, and then the field is still blue. Let's run this. Okay. So you can choose the color that you want next. Okay. It's almost time, guys, adjusting the bean. Ito, paano to? No? Kanina, ang default daw, yung beans is 30. So you can, for example, change the beans. Geom histogram, beans is equal to 40, color is equal to white. Or we can still adapt this. Copy natin to. Control C. And then ito. Yan. Okay. Sorry, dito pala. No? Okay, beams is equal to 40. Oops, what happened? Okay. Beams is equal to 40. So instead of 30 beams, ito gagawin niyang 40. So mas dami yung ano natin, yung bars. Okay, yung mga bars natin. So medyo mas hindi may ano guys, may certain how do you call it? Rules, no? Kung ilan dapat yung beams, or we can make use of beam width. Ito. Beam width, ibig sabihin by tens yung ano natin, yung 1 to 10, 11 to 20. Sometimes it's easier to use this, yung beam width. And okay. Ito kasi from 10 to 100 something lang eh. So, i-divide lang yun into 10, by 10 siya. So, hindi rin masyadong maganda to, no? If we make it beam width of 5, this will increase your beams. Okay. So I think this is a lot better than the other one. So what I'm saying is that you can experiment, guys, with the how your histogram is plotted. Okay, guys. Meron lang akong konting codes dito, guys. Is it okay, guys, to extend by just 1 or 2 minutes, guys? Medyo time na. Pero konti na lang kasi ito, guys, para next yung susunod na tayo. Ito yung facets na lang, no? Okay lang ba, guys? Permission, guys? If you need to go, okay lang. Pero tapusin ko lang itong isa na lang naman to, yung facets, no? Okay, yung facets, guys, is used when you like to split a particular visualization by values. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so data weather, X temperature. Okay, and then take a look at this, guys. Facet, dinagdag natin to, no? Plus facet wrap by month. So let's take a look at this. What will happen to facet? Okay, look. No? Gawin natin ano din to, steel blue din yung ano, para mas pareho din siya isa. Control C. Okay. Take a look at this, guys. What happened? Diba, prinat niya by month na yun. So very convenient in our guides, no? By adding this, just this one layer, facet wrap. So ibig sabihin niya, split natin yung yung histogram by month. And you were able to generate this. Okay? And then this is, ito pwede rin natin gawing yung facet wrap din, pero gawin natin 3 rows. Kasi ito, ilang rows to? 3 rows naman to, no? So pareho lang to. N row is equal to 2. 2 rows lang. Ang gagawin niya, 2 rows lang siya. 2 rows. Okay, so I hope here, guys, nakita natin na very powerful yung layering natin. So we were able to discuss hanggang pangatlo, no, up to yung histogram. So yung 5NG natin, box plots and bar plots. So next meeting, tatapusin natin to, guys, so that we can move on to other aspects of ggplot2. Okay, hindi naman natin kailangan to. Alright. So may konting practice dito. Okay, ano lang to, answer to the questions above. Alright, so let me stop recording now.